Good morning, I'm Regina, I live at Samford, and we have been having this Aloe Arborescens for some time. So there's a lovely book on cancer can be cured, and there are so many people in here who have been cured, so it's a wonderful book to read. So this is our aloe vera, which we always have as well. This is the Aloe Arborescens, which is different to the aloe vera. And we take from here the oldest plants to make our mixture. So I'll just cut some of the older leaves so we can start our mixture, and I'll show you how to make that. I'll try to get some of the bigger leaves because they are thicker and the ends are thicker. And we put these in not very long ago, only about 5 years ago, and this is how they've grown. They've just kept growing, so it's been a wonderful crop for us. We just take it as an extra and probably only have one lot every few months, but it is important that if you do have cancer, this is a wonderful remedy and has been proven in that book. So Father Zago has lots and lots of healed people who have been healed from Aloe Arborescens. It's very spiky, so you do have to be a little careful when you're taking them off. One more. We'll just try this lot first, and if I need some more, I'll come out and get some more. We'll go with this first. So these spines have to come off, and they are very, very sharp, and this will take a little time. So I just slice them down, get off as much as I can. Sometimes I don't take them right off the very end because it gets very narrow down there.
Okay.
It's a little bit tedious.
Okay.
But well worth it. Well worth the time and effort. So that's your spine, very sharp.
Now, how old would these plants be?
Well, these would probably be about 5 years.
Okay.
We've planted them quite some time ago. And so we cut the spines off, and then we just cut it into little pieces.
And I know
because it has to go into the blender.
Okay. And according to the recipe, it should be 5 years old when you use it.
That's right, yes.
So we should be getting our cuttings in now, preparing for the future.
And that's exactly right. So I just put it on my scales, and these scales I've had for a long time. All the recipes are in grams, and my scales are in pounds and ounces, so I am going to have to convert everything. I've written it down, how many grams, how many pounds. So.
Okay. So how many grams of the aloe are we?
300 grams is 0.66 pounds I have. I
Okay.
hope I've worked it out correctly on the computer.
Okay.
And 500 grams, which is your honey, is 1 pound, 1.6 ounces.
Okay. Great. And what's the other ingredient as well while we're...
And the other ingredient is you could have rum, whiskey, grappa, or any alcohol as a preservative for it. So it's 4 to 5 tablespoons of that.
Okay, and you've got brandy here.
Oh no, I have brandy. Yes,
Some brandy.
So we pick brandy.
Great.
We've just been having this probably about 4 times a year, my husband and I, for quite a few years now. And so you can just sort of take it occasionally for yourself. But if you do have cancer, you have to take it more regularly. It's usually in the book it tells you you take it for 10 days, go off it for 10 days, go back on it for another 10 days. There have been many, many, many cures of cancer with this remedy. So that is the Aloe Arborescens.
Okay, 300 grams in the blender.
Yes, it goes into the blender.
So 500 grams of honey, which
is half of this.
Okay.
Look about half to you.
Yep, I think, yes.
So half. And the brandy. And that should be it. And we'll put it in the blender. Okay, so that is your mixture. We just pour it into our jars. I'll give you a taste.
Oh, great.
Would you like a taste?
Yeah, I would.
Let's see what you think.
Okay, thank you. Looks like a smoothie, green smoothie.
Oh.
Oh, it's quite a strong flavour.
Yes.
My kids would need this.
Too strong.
When I asked you earlier, you said you liked the flavour. You must have got used to it over the years.
Yes, I'd say so.
This is a good thing though. A tonic should taste a bit like this because it definitely makes me feel like it's doing some good.
Okay. Try not to waste any.
And when do you take this?
I will start taking this half an hour before our lunch, and then that's half an hour before meals.
Okay, so 3 times a day,
3 times a day.
half an hour before meals, until this whole batch
Until the batch is gone.
Okay, and you do that 4 times a year.
Yes. So we just get our jar. Just wrap it up in the alfoil. Like that. Because it's to be kept in the dark.
Yeah, okay.
And just put it in the fridge like that.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that recipe.
That's my pleasure.
How long have you lived in Samford, Regena?
Well, we've been here in this home for 13 years, and before that we were here for over 6 years in another address. We do love it out here. Actually, I have been coming to Samford since I was a little girl because my family lived out here. My auntie, who was my mother's sister, and her husband have always lived out here. My husband, her husband went to school at the Samford State School, so he lived in Samford all of his life. So my dad used to bring me out here to visit them quite often in their home, and he used to do at the plantation, rainforest plantation, and also he used to grow bananas and pawpaws.
Oh wow.
And they used to go to the Debra markets every week with all their crops to sell them at the markets. So they lived here for a long, long time and are well known in the area. Or were well known in the area. Because they both died recently, in the last few years.
It sounds like there's been a lot of growing of food in your family.
Yes,
Good history there.
It has been, and also my dad, we used to live at Hamilton, and my dad loved his garden. He loved all his veggies, and used to grow all our veggies in the backyard. And we had our chooks also, and we only had a 16 perch block. It wasn't a large block, small block, but he managed all of those things for us. So it's nice to have your fresh homegrown vegetables.
Yeah, it is. And now it's stayed in the family. You've got your daughter Christine,
It has stayed
who
in the
grows,
family.
and then her children.
Yes, Christine loves growing all her vegetables, and she's living here on our property as well, with her family. So it is lovely to have them here, and she brings up a lot of her homegrown veggies for my husband and I.